Welcome, my friends, to the Energy Center podcast. This is my first episode airing in 2026. It is episode number 52, and I am so excited for you to be here joining me today. I hope that everyone had beautiful holiday season and an incredible start to your new year. And if you listened to the last episode number 51, I gave the energetic insight for this new year, the year of 2026. If you haven't listened to that one already, I highly recommend you go back and watch it because everything from here on out is going to be building upon that foundation of our fire. And that is what I'm going to be talking about today. So I know that many of you have maybe heard this term flying around out there, the new earth. We are coming into the new earth, a new way of being, a new reality here on this planet at this time. We are building something that is completely and wildly different than we have ever experienced. And everyone listening to this podcast is going to be a part of that. Because if you're listening to this show, then I know there is something within your heart and your soul that desires more, that wants more and out of your life, that really wants to live a magical life and wants to live a life that is aligned with your truth and the essence of your soul and your soul's mission at this time, right? And I feel like this new earth term that's being, tossed around out there. Yes, we are coming into a new way of being. And the new earth is not anything like the old earth. So it's really important for us to be mindful of the old patterns, the old programming, the old ways of being that did not work, that were not serving us. It's really important for us to be mindful of that so we don't bring it into the new earth because it's not going to support our expansion and our growth and our evolution. I've been talking about these old energies a lot on this show lately. And so mostly what I'm referring to is the excessive masculine energy, the energy that is working too hard all of the time, the energy that is thinking and overthinking too much, the energy that is stressed out, anxious, burnt out, all of the things that's not supportive of our energy, right? And so the new earth energy, how I see it, how I feel it, and how I know many of us are yearning and desiring to experience it and feel it, is an energy that is more in this flow state, an energy that is more supportive, an energy that is more loving and nurturing, and an energy that does not conform, an energy that is unique to our authentic essence, our individual uniqueness, not trying to be like everybody else all of the time. And so to bring that energy in, it has to be done in a new and different way. So I'm going to get into that in just a moment. But first, I want to make it really clear that I see this a lot with women, especially healers, and especially empaths, and especially energy sensitive people. We are pure magic. You are pure magic. You have so much wisdom and divine knowing and inspiration and beauty and creativity that lives within you. But there is this fear of sharing it. There is this fear of really unleashing it and letting it out into the world. Because maybe our past experiences, our past traumas, old programming, all of the things that have made us cover it up and bury it deep inside. And for so long, I did this. I hid my truth. I have this incredibly, just like deeply intuned inner world. I have such a profound connection to nature. I have such a deep connection to the universe. And I love putting all these puzzle pieces together and seeing all the signs and the synchronicities and the symbols and putting them all together in such a magical way. When you read my book, which is going to be launched this year, when you read my book, you'll see that. And I kept all of that within me for so long because I thought no one would understand it. I thought that it was too different. It was too out there. I was too weird, or I was too spiritual, right? And now I know, and I feel so strongly that that's not the case. And I crave and I desire to be my truth and my authenticity in the world. That's all I want to be in the world. I don't want to be like anybody else. And I hope you feel that too for yourself. And so, women, especially, I'm talking to you, healers and empathic leaders. It is so time for you to share what's happening inside, for you to let other people see it, because when other people see it, they receive it, they know they're not alone, and it inspires others to be more empathic, to be more loving, to be more nurturing, to be more creative, right? And so let's just start off this new year and this episode by having you feel into that, by having you start to remember your magic and know that your magic is unique and special to you, and you are meant to be your magic in the world. And then the next question I get, or the next logical step in all of that, well, how do I be my magic in the world? It starts by really grounding and connecting into your own energy. And then from that place of feeling grounded and connected and safe, then we share it. Then we express it. Then we are it in the world. And it's not going to be, so I talk a lot about this excessive masculine energy. Again, I'm not bashing men. It's not going to be like we're annihilating, we're going to like get rid of the masculine and be all in our feminine, because you know what? If everyone all the time was in their feminine energy all of the time, nothing would ever get done. And we are here to get things done right now. We are here to create. We are here to produce. We are here to be our fire. That's why I'm bringing in the dragon energy. That's why I'm bringing in the fire energy. Because we can be in our feminine all day long, but nothing will ever get done. So we need the masculine energy to support the feminine, and it has to be done in a really balanced way. This is what I'm talking about. And when lots of other healers and leaders and light workers are talking about right now is this divine union. So how can I bring my feminine and my masculine energy together in a way that feels really balanced and aligned, and that is actually making a difference in the world? That is actually co-creating with the world and the universe and the earth and all the people on this planet, right? And so I want to speak to this as it pertains to the elements. So let's talk about first the element of water. The element of water is a very feminine element. Water moves and it flows. It goes with the flow, right? Water is like really creative. It can shapeshift. Water can turn into vapor, into ice, and it can flow. So water is a very feminine energy. When you hear the word creativity, which is living in the feminine sacral energy center, the second energy center, you oftentimes hear it, let your creativity flow, right? This is analogous with water. So we want to let our creativity flow like water. However, when it's time to put our creativity out into the world, it needs some structure. It needs something to hold the creativity in. It needs something to support and nurture the creativity. Otherwise, it's just like, bleh. It's just going to be like all over the place and not make sense and not come together and not be supportive for anybody else to receive it. Let me give you another beautiful metaphor or analogy. So let's say like you have a river flowing, and the river, the water is flowing. If you didn't have the earth, the river rock bed, and the soil and the sand to support the river flowing, the water would just go all over the place and it wouldn't reach the ocean. Humans wouldn't be able to drink it. We wouldn't be able to like use it to take a bath, right? So all that water would be wasted. When you think about like water in a glass, if you were like, ooh, I want some of that water, and it's like all on the table, there's just water like spilled all over the table, it's not going to be very fun to drink, right? But when you have a glass, the structure that's holding the water, then you can drink it and it's enjoyable to drink, and you can nourish yourself with the water and receive the water. So it's just like the feminine and the masculine. Let's say the feminine is the water. That's the creativity that's giving life, right? Water is life. You've heard that before, I'm sure. Water is life. And then the feminine water is held by the masculine structure of the glass or the earth in the idea of the river, right? So it's like we need both to receive it. We need both to take it in and let it nourish us. So in this real life example, women, if you are being in your feminine and creating and putting things out there in the world, it has to have structure behind it. It has to have the grounding and support behind it. Otherwise, it will not flow. It will not flow. It will fall flat. People will be like, oh, this is great, but how do I receive this? And I see this with women. I see this, I've heard this from women all the time. Oh, let's just let this event flow. And that's beautiful. And I love that idea. And at the same time, I've been in those situations where it's like, okay, we're just letting it flow. And it's like, okay, now who's doing what and what's coming next, right? And it feels a little chaotic and it feels like it's not flowing because there's no structure behind it. So the idea of letting something flow is beautiful, and it can't be all flow. It has to have the support behind it. So if this is landing with you, if you're feeling this, I highly encourage you to give this episode a heart, give it a comment. Tell me how it's landing. Tell me what it's bringing up for you. Because the more I receive, the more I know how to support you and to what's aligned and what, you as my audience are calling for and asking for more of. So let's continue on with the elements. So that first step of the feminine needs to be held. The feminine energy needs to be held to rise and to be supported, right? And then let's take that in the opposite direction. Let's take the masculine energy first of fire. I've been talking a lot about fire lately, being our dragons, right? Because the fire is what transforms. The fire is what creates change in the world. The fire is what gets shit done. The fire is what does. The fire is what motivates us and ignites us into action to be that creative force in the world. However, if the fire is just like burning and burning and burning out of control, it's going to burn out. It's going to burn out. It's going to destroy everything in its path. It's ultimately going to be counterproductive, and it's not going to get anything done. And so what is supportive of fire? Air. So let's say that fire is the masculine energy of doing, and air is the feminine energy of like nurturing and receiving. The fire needs the air to survive. The fire needs the air to feed it, to nurture it. If the fire doesn't have air, it's going to die. It's going to burn out. And so that old masculine way of being, you might think of a lot of fire in our past, in our recent history, right? Doing, working hard, making the money, making the numbers, right? Making the projections, making the budget, right? So it's like that old way of being had too much fire. And you know what? This world, humanity is so depleted right now. Humanity is really burnt out. Humanity is suffering. Humanity has an epidemic of anxiety, and it's from too much fire. And so we need the air element to come in and nurture us and support us. In astrology, I just want to speak to this for a moment. In astrology, the elements are a little bit different. I know that some astrologers say that earth and water are the feminine elements and fire and air are the masculine elements. And that's okay. I look at elements in alignment with the chakras. And earth is root, earth is masculine, sacral is feminine, that's water. The solar plexus is fire, and that's masculine. And then the heart is air and feminine. So I just wanted to give that little background as to where I'm getting this from. So there's some differences between my belief system and astrology, and that's completely okay. But coming back to the fire and the air, what does this planet need more of? This planet needs more of the heart. Everyone on this planet, I don't care who you are, everyone on this planet needs more love. And it starts with the self-love. So when you think about the physical body and how it functions, like breath is also life. Water is life, and our breath is life. Our breath literally carries our life force energy. It calls life force energy in. It feeds and nourishes our physical hearts. It comes into our lung space, and then it gets transferred into our circulatory system, and it circulates throughout our body and our blood. So it's like air gives us life. Air supports us. If we don't have air, we die, right? We die within a few minutes. And so we need the air to support our action and our fire. We need the love. The air comes in through the heart space, comes in through the heart chakra. It's like we're constantly giving ourselves love every time we breathe. And so when we breathe in air, we are breathing in love, and that feeds and fans our flame. We need both. We need the feminine and the masculine. We need them to work together in union instead of one overpowering the other or one ignoring the other one. And so this is coming back full circle. This is that divine union I was speaking to. So when we bring this new wave being onto earth, as we are building, right now is our time to build this new earth in 2026, the year of the one, the year of rebirth in numerology. We have the opportunity to truly create something new. And so let's create it from this space of balance and union and deep connection instead of the separateness, instead of the polarity and the duality. I speak a lot to the divine feminine because it has been so suppressed. because it is wildly out of balance. And so we need to let the feminine rise and let the masculine simmer so they can meet somewhere in the middle. Do you feel that? Do you feel that? So beautiful soul, let me know if this resonates with you. Type a comment for me below. Give this episode a heart, a love, subscribe to my channel. Let's continue to let the essence, the energy of this flow around the planet so that we can create union on this planet, so that we can be the foundation of the new earth, right? I'm so excited for this new earth. I don't know about you guys. I am like so pumped and thrilled for this new energy that's coming in. And I say this not to invoke fear. It's not always going to look pretty. Those that are not doing the work, those that are really clinging and sticking and holding on to the old paradigms, the old ways of being, it's not going to be super fun for them. But if you're listening to this podcast, I have a feeling that you're ready to receive it. You're ready to be a part of it. You're ready to step into your own expansion. And that maybe you creating structure around it in your life will help it flow really beautifully. Earth and water, there we go. And yeah, so this is like collectively, this is for the earth and it is also for you. It's also for you. So what are you creating in your life? As within, so without. So we're all shifting internally, and that is going to just show up for us externally. The shifts that you are creating within are going to be manifested outward, not just in like your immediate world, but in globally, all around us. And so what are you wanting to create and let flow from you that needs the support and the grounding and the structure around it? How are you going to build it? And then what actions are you going to take, and how are you going to support yourself in taking those actions? When we have an idea and we just want to like put something out there into the world, it's not going to land. Again, it's not going to flow unless it has the support and the nurturing and the love and the deep devotion and intention and the action behind it. It all has to come together to make it really magical and to make it really flow. So beautiful soul, thank you for tuning in. Again, my name is Dana Teresa, the Metaphysical Mentor. You can find me on Instagram at Dana Teresa Star. You can also head over to my website, danateresa.com. There's so much newness that's coming for me this year. I cannot wait to see what you are creating this year. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Happy New Year. Happy 2026. And I will see you guys on the flip side on the next episode. Namaste.